This is so cute, guys. What do you guys think? This is so cute, and I loved my experience even more. Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. So today is a little bit of a different video. I'm not talking about handbags today. So today I'm actually excited because I'm going to be talking about my first Cartier experience. Going into the store, my little, experience there. I do have the bracelets on already right here, like you can see, and just give you a nice story time as to how my experience was. So a little bit of a background story. I went there on the 3rd of January with my husband. So here's the bag. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So they mentioned that I could just schedule an appointment, so I decided to just go ahead and schedule it for my birthday week. So it was a day before my birthday, the appointment, which was about a week after we visited the store. And I had watched a few videos with from Twinning with the V's. I guess that's what their name is on Instagram. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, not Instagram. On YouTube, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But they did say, did give recommendations on who to see. But I was already scheduled with an essay there. And we went we went on the day of my appointment. We had to rush, and we're about like 10 minutes late to our appointment. But even though we got there a little bit later, they were still so pleasant and so sweet about everything. We got there, and I had watched a bunch of videos. I'm sure if you're watching this right now, you're probably thinking and you already have something in mind that you're looking at. For me, I knew that I would definitely want, the smaller pieces, because I don't know if you can tell, I have really like dainty, I'm really petite and pretty, small. So I was like, you know what, I felt like getting the regular size would be too big on my wrist, and I just always knew that I wanted the small whatever I wanted. And it was also a plus that it was going to be a couple of $1,000s cheaper, right? It was going to be way cheaper than the regular one. So I was I had my eye out for the small pieces, and I definitely wanted a bracelet from the Love collection. I love the Juste and Clou as well, so I already had an idea of what I wanted. So when I went into the store, we mentioned I mentioned my name, saying that I had an appointment for 10 a.m. and they were really sweet. Got the SA who was supposed to be attending to me, and she was really sweet. Her name is Barbara. She came in and welcomed us. Myself and my husband got in there. So I was like, you know what? She mentioned that, okay, do I have anything in mind? I was like, yes, I'm looking at the some of the bracelets. I did not look at any rings. And she was so patient, so pleasant. As soon as she saw my wrist, she was like, you know what? I think you're gonna wear a size 17. I was like, 17? I don't know why, because I just assumed, because my wrists are so small, this would be like, I'll probably be like a size 15. I just for some reason thought that. And she said, looking at you, I feel like you would definitely do well with a size 17. I'm like, 17? But I was like, you know what, I would like to try multiple sizes. And that's one tip I would advise you to please, even if they're suggesting, of course they're the professionals, and you should kind of like take heed and listen to what they have to say, but still try on other sizes, right? Regardless if they say, okay, this is your size, don't just say, okay, that's fine, and just pick it and go. It's a good idea because you're spending your money, right? It's a good idea to make sure that you try multiple sizes, just so that you're very sure that that's actually the fit that you're looking for. Because for me, the reason why I ended up, because when I tried on the 617 first, I felt like this was a little bit too loose for me. And mind you, we're in the winter months now. It's January and it's pretty cold. So I was like, you know what? I feel like this is a little bit too loose. I hate when my bangles are like, all over the place and going all over the place. But she did remind me that, in the summer months, so I'm in Texas, the summer months get really hot. And honestly, we have more summer than the average state in the US. So she mentioned that, when it gets warmer, it probably will fill out a little bit more and get tighter. And being that it's a, you know, a forever piece, this is not something that I plan on like doing away with or taking off, because ever since I put it on, it's been on my hands. And now I really understand why people wear this all the time. So to answer the first question, if you're thinking about it, can you wear the love bracelet and especially the Juste and Clou every day 24/7? Yes, you can. It's very comfortable, as long as your comforter doesn't have like, you know, threads and stuff that probably would like get stuck in this portion of the bracelet. There's no issues that I've had so far. So she did mention that 17 will be the best bet, and she looked at this bone right here. Apparently, I didn't know this. I'm not sure if anybody else has an idea about this, but the older we get, the bigger this bone tends to protrude out. So she said I have, you know, an averagely larger one compared to, you know, the average person. So if, you know, I got a tighter one and the bracelet were to fall, so I tried the 16. So I asked her, you know what, can I, and okay, so this is in the 17, the love is in the size 17, and the juke is in the size 16. So they always advise, you know, or recommend you to size down on the juke, because just so that it's not like going over the love bracelet. And I totally understand why they do that, because this one tends to be a little bit, maybe a little bit bigger, I guess. So, or the fit is a little bit looser, let me put it that way. So, anyways, I still insisted I wanted to just go ahead and try the 16. So she put both on my hand, and the size 16 was a little bit, it was like about exact size. And I do have plans of at least putting on a little bit of weight during the summer, because I actually lost some weight recently, and I would like to fill out a little bit more. And she mentioned that if it was too snug, and like I tried at the store, I tried it on and the size 16 literally was sitting like against my skin. Not sure if you guys can see this way. It was just like really tight against my my wrist and this corner, and it was like pushing against and like rubbing against this bone. And she said for something that you're not taking off, especially with a love bracelet, if you know the bangle is just like, you know, there's a lot of friction when you put your hands down and it's like hitting the bone, it will start to hurt. And another thing I watched with I'm not sure, Twinning with the V's, yeah, I'll try to link their channel below as well, just so that you guys can watch their video. One of the sisters mentioned that the size of the bracelet that she, you know, initially ordered or got for herself was you know, really snug, and she thought that was the best fit for her. But eventually she had to, you know, sell it and like, you know, get something else because it ended up being uncomfortable. So the lady Barbara was also, you know, wearing like, I think it was, I know she was wearing a juke, like a regular size juke. I'm not sure if she had the love bracelet, but she had a stack though, and it felt exactly the same way mine is right now. So I'm not sure if it's showing like this. Yes, so it was kind of like this same fit, and she said she's very comfortable with it, and that is like the best, you know, the most comfortable what's it called, way to wear it. Of course, if like, you know, I want it to be more snug, I just need to move it a little bit higher. If this is not your cup of tea, maybe if this is too high for you and you still want it to be snug, then I guess, you know, you can go ahead and size down. But I am actually happy that I made this decision, because I noticed that whenever I wake up in the morning, I'm a little bit more puffy. So in the morning is actually more snug, but right now in the room I'm at right now, it's pretty cold right now, and everything just feels like shriveled up really. So this is the reason why it's so loose right now, but I'm so sure that in the warmer months this would be like a perfect size for me. And this is the best location that I feel like is so, you know, I like when my bracelet sits high, you know, just right here. So she did a really great job with, you know, working me through the reasons why I should get the size that she was recommending. And she definitely didn't try to force me to, you know, purchase that. She just said, you know what, I would advise you based off of, you know, my experience with it. And mind you, she's been with the company as of the time I visited for about 17 years. So I'm like, okay, you know what? She knows what she's saying. Because when she sensed that I was a little bit like, okay, I still want to try the smaller size, she was like, you know what? You can pick the size you want. You know, at the end of the day, you know how you want it to fit, right? But I was like, no, you're the professional. So please tell me what you think, you know, I should get. So I ended up going with this, and I'm so glad I did. If I went with something smaller, I'm sure I'll be regretting it right now. And so when I tried on the 16 Love, the 15 Juke was barely able to even like get into my arm. It was like really, really snug. So, and I knew that, of course, being that this is so like dainty, I wanted to stack, you know, and I knew I wanted two. Because I just, I mean, you can definitely wear it by itself, you know, that's what it looks like. So, and this is in the rose gold. I love the shade of this gold. I never thought I would. I mean, yes, you know, the Cartier rose gold, you know, some tend to be pink. This, my jewelry here is, has a rose gold, has rose gold as well. But yeah, it just looks amazing. So literally, I can't give like an in-depth review, but one thing I can say is that I've been wearing it for the past 72 hours. I've been wearing it for 72 hours. I was like, you know, I wanted to film this video as soon as, you know, as soon as possible, just so that I don't forget, you know, the full experience and the conversations that were had. She was so like patient with me. She did an amazing job, you know, trying to explain everything to me. And she was so personable. I have been to a few luxury stores, okay? And I think I was pretty intimidated stepping into the Cartier store, because this was my first, you know, Cartier purchase and experience. But it was such an amazing, light-hearted experience. You know, we ended up being in there for, I mean, even though I knew what I wanted, we're there for about 45 minutes just talking and trying on different, you know, pieces. And for the color, for the tone, she was like, you know what? I feel like with your skin tone, the rose looks better. I tried on the yellow gold, but I, you know, definitely agreed that this just looked better with my my skin tone. And I just fell in love. And you know, I'm a lucky girl. My husband definitely was like, you know what, just go ahead and get it. Because I tried on the Love first, and he was like, it doesn't look good by itself. Like, I mean, there's no point. He was like, you know what, I prefer this. You know, he preferred the Juke, but he was like, you know, both of them just look really good together. And I'm like, yep, this is definitely it. And I know people worry about scratching and all of that. I have not bothered to even like look at it to see if it's scratched at all. I'm sure it has, because, you know, I type and stuff, because I mean, I have a corporate job. So I was looking at it today to see if there are any scratches. There's nothing, but I mean, it's metal, so I expect it to scratch. And another thing about the small that is a plus is that even if it does scratch, being that it's a flat surface, it would show. But because it's such a thin piece, it would not, the impression is not going to be as obvious as on the regular sized Love bracelets. For the Juke, I haven't, like the Juste and Clou, I haven't, you know, heard about anyone who's complained so much on like scratching and stuff for this. So I'm so excited, you know, for just this piece. It's very comfortable. I haven't, because I mean, she did mention that, you know, it would take you some getting used to, you know, going to bed with it and all of that. But I have not even had any. My first night, I was good. I was just excited the night when I was wearing it. So whenever I feel it, I get excited at night, but not like I was uncomfortable. I was just excited to wear it. So that was just, you know, a good one. It was a good night. You know, it's gold, it's metal, it's going to scratch. And of course, it just adds to the personality of the jewelry. So I love it. I love this stack. So a little bit about, you know, what is in the box, what it came in, and all that good stuff. It came with these two travel pouches. I love that about this, the fact that they were thoughtful enough to, you know, add the travel pouches with like the puffer inside. Like, for example, you can like attach your wristwatch in there, and as well as the, you know, the bracelet. So it comes with the two pouches, one for the Juke, the Juste and Clou, and the Love bracelet. Also, these were of course the boxes that they came in. And like Barbara was so sweet, the essay was so sweet. She did an amazing job, you know. She was like, you know what, I mean, do you want to wear it out of the store now, or would you just rather, you know, I wrap it up? And I was like, yes, please wrap it up. And, you know, I like to film a video with like unboxing and just make it special and probably just wear it on, you know, my birthday. Yes, so this is the one for my love. Oh, and I haven't talked about, you know, the screw. So another, you know, amazing thing or plus about the small one is that it's actually easier to wear by yourself because they don't come with, you know, two separate, what's it called? Pieces. I know for the regular size one, they're like two separate pieces where you have to like, you know, you can put it on yourself. Honestly, I didn't put this on myself still. My husband put it on for me because I didn't want to like, you know, mess around with it and just, you know, do too much scratching to it. But this is a screw that, you know, you use to screw it on. But it has a hinge that just opens halfway. There are a bunch of videos on YouTube as well where you can see what it looks like when it's off. But I don't want to take it off, honestly, for this video. But it's kind of like a snap and open and snap and close for this piece specifically. So this is a screwdriver to screw it on and off. And of course, you can't take it off if you don't have the screwdriver. So I'm just going to leave this in here. So this is what a box looks like. It has the Cartier written in there. And this was the box for the Juste Clou bracelet. This is smaller and it just sat in there like so. So these are the certificates for both of them. Let me open them and see. Okay, so I'm just gonna cover, you know, the area, the number and stuff. But anyways, this is what it looks like. So the certificate of authentication is there, and the second certificate is for the juke. Also has the date and the number allocated on there. Of course, this is just the receipt with all that good stuff. Yeah, and yes, Barbara was amazing. She did an amazing job, you know. She put her card in there. She's like, if you have any questions, you know, let me know. Or they just gave. Another thing was that she was so sweet. She did a good job, like explaining just for the purpose of this video, because I know I can remove the juke easily. It's very easy to just, you know. So how you take it off is that, you know, she said it's easier to use the nail head, pull it down, just roll it over, and it's off. And she mentioned something to me that, you know, a lot of people think, oh, okay, if the bangle is like this, then they're scared, thinking about, oh my God, the bangle is expanded, it's bad, things are loose. And she's like, most of the time, all you need to do is flip it back, and it's like secure. So I was like, wow, I didn't know that, you know. But yeah, so she was like, she's seen a bunch of people complain. Some people even bring the jewelry back into the store complaining that, oh my God, it's stretched out. But, you know, a little flip would actually, you know, either open it or, you know, flipping it back closes it back up. So that's a good thing to know. So she did mention that if you ever see your bracelet looking like this, just, you know, go ahead and flip it over and it should be adjusted appropriately. So that pretty much sums up the video about, you know, my experience of Cartier. I probably I'm not pronouncing it the right way, but anyways, that was my experience, you know, at the store. I had nothing but a pleasant experience, and honestly, I was just pleased. She just made the experience so amazing for me, and it was just a memorable, you know, experience. And an awesome time. I loved it so much. And yeah, I am in love. Okay, I've been stopping to just stare at it and how dainty both of them look. I know that there are a lot of people who prefer the regular ones, but for the size of my wrist, it would have just been too much for me to have, you know, such large pieces on here. And of course, it's way cheaper anyways. So, but this just looks so, you know, understated, and also something that I can wear every day because these do not go off. Not even the juke goes off. I shower with it, I plan on showering with it. I plan on swimming in the ocean with it, doing everything I need to do with this. I would, get into salt water with this, no questions asked. And yeah, that pretty much sums up my video on this beautiful piece. If you guys have any questions whatsoever about both pieces, please let me know, and I'll go ahead and answer them in the comment section below. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.